Ladies and gentlemen, Aurora. Hi, it's so nice to see you again.
And you too.
Yeah, it's been a few years. Oh my gosh, we're so excited you're here. Thank you for doing this. This is great. Aurora, wow, this is so great. So last I talked to you, it was a few years ago. You were here in Portland, and I understand something kind of interesting and non-musical happened to you in this city. Tell us about that.
Oh boy, yes, they did. Well, I was on tour, I think my second US tour ever in 2016, and I got my appendix started making trouble. You know, those rascals, those little rascals. Literally little pieces of shit. But yes, they took it away from me here in Portland, and I feel only complete when I come back. And I'm somewhere here, my appendix is like walking around, strutting the streets, feeling so proud and grown up all of a sudden.
We're proud to say you've left a piece of yourself here in Portland. That's
yes.
fantastic, Aurora.
It may be disgusting, but at least it's something.
Well, your latest album, The Gods We Can Touch, such a fantastic release. Thank you so much for doing that and sharing that with the world. I understand there's an interesting sort of almost mythological idea and ghosts and castles. It all sounds like Game of Thrones to me, honestly, when I mention that album. But tell me if you would, sort of the idea behind the album.
Well, I think I was just fascinated because I guess in 2020 and 21 we all had a lot of time to just sit and think. And I thought about the world and what makes the world the way the world is right now and what makes us the way we are. Why have we lost so much on our way here, and why do we still fight for Black Lives Matter? Why do we still fight for our right to decide over our own bodies? Like all of these things. Like I was just wondering why are we the way we are, and where did we lose the core in ourselves on the way here somehow? And then I thought about all the things that we search for. I thought about faith and religion throughout times, our gods and goddesses we've had, and a long, long time ago, like let's say 50,000 years ago, I bet we thought God was like in the earth, maybe in the sun, maybe even in the water that fell from the sky. And we could drink the water and have God inside of us, in each other. And then somehow through history we removed God from the earth and put him away up in the sky, somewhere far away, out of reach. And I was just fascinated by that, I think. And I wondered what it did to the way we treat each other, our planet, our women, our children, our men, our animals. And then I couldn't find any answers, so I tried to write an album about it.
All right.
Yes.
Wow, excellent. Well, that's a lot to sort of think of and unpack with the album. Yes. I get a sense, Aurora, that you
dress.
are...
It's a very nice dress.
That is a very nice dress. We got some fashion tips and everything going on as well. I love it. I get a sense that you're very connected to not just people and the ways of thinking, but also you mentioned the ground. I'm thinking forest. I'm thinking environment. You're certainly in the right place of the world for that sort of connection. It's beautiful here. What about being from Norway yourself? Tell me about, did that sort of have an influence on you growing up? Did it influence you musically, just being in that kind of surrounding?
Yes, definitely. I wouldn't be able to make any of the type of music that I do without nature and without experiencing her presence, I guess, because it's very rare for a human nowadays to simply be allowed to just exist amongst life without feeling observed or judged, or like you have to do anything or be anything more than just something that exists in this world. And I really like that. And I think the biggest problem isn't that people are mean, because we're destroying our planet. I think it's because not all of us have the chance to fall in love with nature. And I think that's why I care so much, because I've been very lucky. Hey. And it's been very easy for me to fall in love with nature because I've seen so much of her, and I guess you understand how that is because you have the same here. But it's just about making people fall in love with her again, I think.
It's an amazing sort of inspiration. If you're out and about, for example, and you get some sudden idea for something to write, no?
Oh, yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But if you're out and about and you get some sudden inspiration, something to write, is it words? Is it melody? Is it something beyond that? Like what sort of strikes you first about making your music?
Well, I've been asked this question a lot, and no, but it's a very good question because I change my answer all the time.
Oh, good.
So it's a very good question to be asked,
Thank
and
you.
I love being asked it because I don't know, it changes all the time, and I never really know where music comes from, and I've been wondering about it for a long, long time, and also why we like music. Why do we like music? It's a very good philosophical question to kind of sit and ponder about. But yes, I don't know anything. If I see sadness in their eyes, I write about that. I meet a lot of people, and I hear their stories.
Sure.
The people inspire me a lot. It's very easy to be inspired by people because they go through so much. We go through so much, and it's there's definitely enough inspiration to find everywhere. I think that's why I don't really write so much about myself yet, because there's so much to write about first. But yeah, I don't know anything. It all comes at the same time,
Nice.
like a chaotic little
All right.
thing.
Well, let's go ahead and hear some of your music right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Aurora here in the Kink Live
Hello.
Lounge. Thank you so much.